Well, hello again everybody, another World of Tanks video for you. Hopefully not gonna be too long, but in this game I managed to complete Heavy Tank Mission 12 for the second set of missions. I think it's called Sturdy Armour. So let's have a look at that. So as you can see, I'm in my Tier 9 British heavy tank, the Conqueror, again, not fully upgraded. It's always a theme with my replays here. Again, a bit like my Tier 9 Centurion, British medium tank, I'm not doing so well in British heavies, but because I'm British, I'm patriotic. And why are we not starting? Oh, there we go. So I'm fairly patriotic and I want to do my British tanks first. And again, this game does look very beautiful now. I remember playing it, I think almost 4 years ago, and if you ever look back at old videos of people playing it then, it was so different. Tanks rolling out. So yes, let's have a quick look at the UI, switch back to what I was doing. As you can see, again, we are very top tier. And we need to pause. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's not look at the floor while I talk. So, top tier, tier 9, heavy tank. That means I should really be pushing. However, a bit like with the Centurion tanks, the hull armour on this beast is pretty terrible. Mantlet, however, is fairly good because it's all sort of rounded and it has some really funky angles. Like as you can see here, it sort of pings off that way and then it's rounded from the top. So the turret armour on this tank is actually pretty good. Even the cupola has this really steep angle on it. So especially if you're using, I think that's what I was doing here, testing the gun depression. So if you use its gun depression, that is a really hard thing to hit. So what do you do in a heavy tank on, is it Karelia? No, on Arctic region. You go down heavy tank alley to get butchered. What do you do on this map when you're in a heavy tank and there's no artillery? For some reason we have been lucky and we have no artillery in this game. And so because I know I have a decent turret, I try and do something a little bit different. So let's have a look at that. So I'm just looking around the tank. And so yeah, I decide to head over to this right. Why am I doing that? Well, it means, whoops. It means that I'm going to get sort of shots around the corner better. Also, I can hide my hull down in these dips and present them with a hold down target, which makes it harder for them to pen me, and it, like I say, it gives me sort of further out shots. I can also try and, if need be, assist the people who went down, who are engaged in that Waffentrager. As you can see, we only had a 42% chance to win this, but again, percentages you always have to take with a grain of salt, because even the best players in the world have bad days. So here we are, just looking at the Super P. I take a speculative shot, but hey ho, what are you going to do? There was nothing else to shoot. I see that the people who went down seem to be struggling a little bit. I'll see if I can get any sneaky shots, but they don't seem to be coming forwards. So it's a bit of a slow start. Like, I maybe should have pushed right in, but I saw that they had a heavy tank advantage at the start of the game, and so I thought they'd probably push more heavy tanks down this way, and I really didn't want to just die early on. So I probably could have snapshotted into the Waffentrager there, but I don't. So I move forward a little bit more. I see people are starting to sort of drop like flies around me. We've already lost 3 tanks over here. Now that may be slightly down to me because I haven't actually had a shot on target yet. But, oh, I take a snapshot and we're just over the top of the Waffenträger there. But I do... Oh, hello. And a sneaky, sneaky Type 64 jumps on me, which is not very nice. I don't think he was expecting me to have such a good reload, because I've not got the top gun. I reload quite quickly, and that was a bit annoying. Not quite going into the top of his tank, but oh well. That Type 64 resorted to firing APCR into me. There I was trying to overmatch the top of the IS-3's armour, but it didn't quite work out. So here we are, aiming for that weak spot on the Super P again, but it didn't really work out. Now I try to get the side of the IS-3 turret, or the IS-3A, and I managed to put one through him. Now I see the, obviously, I was aiming for the hole there, but the shot went wide and you see hit the side of his turret cheek, because I know that the hull arm is weak on T-34s and T-32s, basically American tanks. Someone manages to put a fairly big shot into me. Where did that one go? Right through the turret front by the looks of things, so I don't know what managed to pop something through there, but they did. And as you can see, at the moment we are actually losing 7-4. The northern flank hasn't done too bad, but this southern flank just sort of crumbled, and now I'm pretty much it. I am it. I've already bounced 2 shots, but I'm gonna have to hold this flank a lot more if I'm to survive. So there goes another hit from the ISU. I think he's what put me down earlier, so I try and focus him down. Still trying for those weak spots on the Super P, but it's not really working out. I know it's an IS, so I might as well put a shot into him. I don't know how many of you saw this, but what was he doing? And that IS-3A, we managed to put a shot into the side of his turret. I don't know if you noticed earlier on in the replay. Actually, let's just go back a little bit, shall we? And see what he was doing. Is this? Yeah, this will be good enough. So there he goes. He was trying to sneak around, and oh no, I saw him, and I was like, oh, I can deal with him later. But unfortunately for him, he never makes it. He goes down there and he dies. But oh well, too bad, so sad. And so we've lost track of the hit box at the top, but after we put a shot in the IS, we managed to put a shot into the Waffenträger. Now we're trying to finish off this SU before he puts another shot into me. We actually managed to bounce him. We're bouncing heat and APCR here. What's that? 8 shots in a row we've bounced off our turret. So if we... let's have a look, see what's going on here. As you can see, bounce, bounce, bounce. That turret is doing his job, because that's all they can really see at the moment. Why won't you zoom out? There we go. So as you can see, I'm presenting a fairly small... Actually, it doesn't look like it's that small, but probably is for them. But yeah, we've only done not that much damage, really. Obviously, again, the hit log up here has got reset when I went backwards, but we're just holding this flank. My turret's holding up at the moment. We've got rid of the SU-152, who was managing to put fairly big holes in me. Now I see the Super P trying to get around, so I'm trying to put some shots into him while I can. Trying to track him. There he is, tracked, but he gets away. Can I get another shot into him before he gets? We do manage to get one more shot into him. That's put him in one-shot territory. I'm hoping the Borsig or someone's getting after him. We see the Waffenträger up here. Manages to bounce off me again, so we put another shot into him. Fairly low roll, but, you know, whittling him down. And I don't know if you've noticed again, there are some cheeky people down here. Oh, the T-34 should be around. No, the T-34's dead. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the mini-map. But we see Waffenträger. We managed to put another shot into him. We bounced an APCR shell from the Super P there. He manages to put one through our side because we're not angling very well. But I noticed that I was being snuck up on by this guy down here. He thought he was sneaky. He's not sneaky enough. That I do believe that's the IS. And so I don't know quite what he's doing. I don't think he can get back up, but I'm like, do I finish him off now? Or I can see the Waffenträger running away. And so I decide to go for him, because he's not looking at me now, so I don't know why he's not looking at me, but I just poke over the top and go, thank you very much. Some nice more damage. So we've managed to block 4,600 damage in this match, which is quite a nice amount of damage to have blocked. And is most that, yeah, by the looks of it, all of it is pretty much off the front. There's one off the side of my turret. And there I go, I was saying to chat that I'm quite happy that we're blocking 4.6k damage, because I managed to basically hold back that flank alone. And I was quite proud of myself not to panic. I was trying to pick out my targets. I was trying to make every shot count. And here I decide, no thank you. I don't know why the Waffenträger didn't shoot me, but I go for a snapshot. He could have had me there, I'm pretty sure, but I can see he's sort of backing up, so I decide to sort of wiggle around here, you know, wait for some backup. We're not, that's not a sign you want to see, but our Speerpanzer, or the RU-251, helpfully he tells us he has no more ammo, so he must have been doing some work today. Or he's just let it all go somewhere. But I was a bit wary of chasing down this Waffenträger because statistically, I love his name by the way, Error 404, team not found. Statistically, he's a very good player. And he is in a platoon with the Conway, so I was a bit wary of going up here after him. But this game's gonna get lost if we don't do something, and so I try and track the M103 there, but it doesn't work out quite so well. I'm not quite sure what the Waffenträger was doing there, but he comes out, I put a shot into him, and he manages to get me with one hell of a shot. But that put my block damage, because I actually absorbed that heat shell from the M103, but I do believe this just goes on to be a loss. But even though that was a loss, that was a really good game for me, and like I say, I managed to do my heavy tank mission, so let's have a quick look at the post-game stats. So as we can see, we didn't complete the secondary objective there for the mission, which was basically survive, because we didn't. But you can see we did almost 3,000 damage, 2,930 damage. We did almost 2.5 assistance damage. That was obviously spotting the tanks as they came around the corner. And obviously some people got some shots into them. If we look, it looked like we bounced 6 shots from the Super P, 4 from the SU-152. So yeah, we're doing quite a lot of damage. So if we look on to the next score, we can see we were top on experience earned, 595 for a defeat, not too bad. We were top on damage, almost 3,000. We can see we fired 26 shots, we hit 20, but only penned 14, which isn't brilliant, but that's probably because I don't have the top gun again. Most of it was actually from a distance less than 300 meters, which I'm fairly surprised about. I received 21 hits in this game. 7 of those penetrated, and obviously I didn't survive. But that made us block 5,015 damage, which is possibly the most I've ever blocked in any tank. But yeah, as you can see, for that we had to block at least double the HP of my tank, and well, I think we easily did that. very easily did that, and we caused at least, well, we did almost double the requirements. The only sad thing was that we didn't win the battle or survive, but you can't have everything. And so yeah, I was fairly pleased of my gameplay there, going into a location I knew would be good, sort of that hold down location in a hold down tank. I mean, I could have pushed up with everybody else and probably died fairly quickly. We probably still would have lost the game, we just would have lost it quicker. And I probably wouldn't have done this mission for the T28 heavy tank concept. So let me know how you're getting on in the Conqueror. Are you finding it an easy tank to play, or a bad one? Is the grind hard? Are you finding it painful? I'm finding it fairly painful, along with my Centurion 7/1 without having the top gun. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, all those shenanigans. And to keep this video fairly short, I shall see you next time. Ciao.